So what is the biggest mistake that new teachers make? Well, simply put, it's this: that too much emphasis, too much time is spent on content and curriculum, and not enough time is spent on classroom management and self-care. So hang with me as I explain exactly what I'm talking about, and let's cue that intro and get on with the video. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's all about the content, isn't it? I mean, I'm told by the district, I'm told by my principal exactly what I need to teach, how long I have to teach it, and it's just too much to cover. And I get that, trust me, I get that. Even teaching after 18 years, I still get the same thing. I know exactly what you are saying. But here's the reality of it. If you spend all your time on the content and the curriculum and you focus on that, you miss the biggest part and the most important part about teaching, and that is the classroom management and the self-care. Because the reality is this, that you can teach whatever you want to, you can teach the most important thing, but if your classroom management's not there, it's not going to even reach the students. It's not going to make a difference. They're not going to pay attention, and you're like you're teaching for nothing. So you need to focus on that classroom management, and then the other part of it is that self-care. And what I mean by self-care, first of all, what I don't mean by self-care is going home and putting on the candles and soft music. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. But let's be honest. You're not going to be able to take care of that yourself if you know you have all this garbage waiting for you at school. So that self-care means this: do what you need to, put stuff in place, routines, patterns, limits in place, so that way it stops you from feeling overwhelmed and stressed. And that classroom management, man, you got to get that down. Now, it's going to take a while. And if you're a new teacher, it is going to take a while. It took me about 7 years. That's a long time, right? 7 years?
Years? Wow.
Yeah, that's what I just said. 7 years. It took me a long time to get the classroom management stuff down. But once you get that down, once you get those routines, patterns, all that stuff, and they're building blocks. It doesn't happen all at once. Each day, each week, you get a little bit better at each step of the way. You get a little bit better until you reach a point where you realize, I got this. And when you got this, then that is when teaching becomes fun. Now, that doesn't mean you neglect content. Of course, you still got to teach what you got to teach. Of course you do. But the district and I'm telling you, and your principals are going to give you a mass amount of stuff to teach, and you're going to think there's no way I can cover it, and you can't cover it all.
But you have so much to teach.
And so my advice to you is this: teach what you can. But don't beat yourself up if you don't cover it all. Don't beat yourself up if you leave stuff out. Don't beat your stuff up if you feel like you're behind everybody else. Because in the long game, in the long run, that is small potatoes. I've never heard of a teacher getting fired because they didn't cover enough material. But I have heard of teachers getting fired because of the class was just too disruptive and out of control, hence the classroom management. So focus the first year, 2, 3 on that classroom management as you're teaching the content, but the content should come second to the classroom management. So the next question is going to be, well, what do I do for classroom management? And I'm glad you asked. To find that out, just click on one of the links above here that will take you to what I do for my classroom management. I hope you found the video helpful, and remember, together we can make our lemon days into lemonade weeks. Stay zesty.